Hello, lovies. Welcome back to WitchyMarlaina's Ghost Adventures. I'm your host, WitchyMarlaina, and again, we are going to do some holiday ghost stories or some crazy stuff from the Fright Before Christmas. I talked last week about Krampus, one of my favorites, but have you heard of Belsnickel? If you're an avid Office person like I am, you would recognize this. Yes, that is Dwight Schrute dressed up as Belsnickel, asking everyone if they were Admirable or Impish. I love that. I loved that episode. And it got me thinking, okay, who is this? Why is he like Krampus? This is why. But first, let me go back into this book and show you the pictures that I'm finding. This is Belsnickel. I thought that this was a Dutch version of Krampus. Krampus is from Austria and Germany. Nay. This is from Southwest Germany. This was a counterpart to Krampus, but it was not a mythological creature. It was a person. And certain people in the village every year got picked to be Belsnickel, and the way he looked was he was dressed like a farmer, soot on his face, normally a beard, and he would come in to places that had the kiddos. He would carry in treats, put it on the table. Now, if the kids ran to the table and snatched up the candy without asking, they would get this. Tied to a tree and beaten. It was more of a test. Krampus was a scare tactic. Belsnickel is more of a test to see if children would do the right thing for the treats. From what I know, Belsnickel was still somewhat of a bad cop counterpart like Krampus. It was just someone in the village doing it. And like I said, it might be your turn next year to be Belsnickel and come in and test the children of the village. So I thought that was kind of cool too. And normally this happened 2 weeks before Christmas, kind of like right now. And like, see, I love this artwork. And he did have little horns, but he was a human. And he did have his little birch bundle. But this German tradition came over to the United States through Connecticut. And there is a place in Connecticut named the Thomas Hardy Mansion. Yeah. And their Christmas festivities include Belsnickel. And that is so cool. And then, of course, it moved and migrated over to Pennsylvania. And that's where The Office and Dwight Schrute got his Belsnickel on and pretty much introduced it into mainstream media back in 2012. So I'm really excited that Dwight's Christmas traditions are based in fact with the Pennsylvania German lovely traditions. And honestly, the museum that I was talking about in Connecticut is absolutely beautiful. It is reconstructed to be that 1800s look to it. Oh, and it talks about how Krampus evolved about 150 miles northeast of Belsnickel. So it was kind of where they were doing the same thing, just a little different. I absolutely adore Belsnickel. I think that it's cool to have different forms of Krampus, and this one being the version of like a person version of it instead of like a monster or a demon that it is portrayed. But I was just making sure I had the right name of the museum in Connecticut. I thought it said Thomas Avery. Okay, I knew I was wrong. 1845, Thomas Avery's home in Connecticut was erected, and now it is a beautiful museum that has been reconstructed, and they do a Belsnickel show during this time to introduce to young Americans the German tradition of Belsnickel that had come over with our lovely heritage and immigrants. I love this. This is so freaking cool. So yeah, Belsnickel. Thank you, Dwight Schrute, for giving me the beautiful depiction of it. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me and seeing how excited I get for the Yuletide monsters. That's what it says. It says surviving Krampus and other Yuletide monsters. I absolutely adore this, and I appreciate you hanging out with me and listening to my fun, scary stories of the Yuletide. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.